What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's the Ace. And for today's video, I'm going to be going over the settings that I run specifically for Warzone. And before we even get into the video, no, you don't have to run these settings to play the game better. No, these settings, if you don't run these settings, it doesn't mean you're not going to be able to drop high kills, all of that nonsense, that other people are saying. These are just the optimal settings for me, and this is what I run. And obviously, as a free KD player, I just thought I'd pass on some knowledge onto you guys. Let's get straight into it. Is first button layout. Personally, for me, I've been running stick and move flipped, especially with Call of Duty as of recent. It has been more so jump shot heavy than drop shot heavy. So, in my opinion, always being able to jump shot into your gunfights is more of an advantage than drop shotting, because more time when people drop shot, I'm getting free headshots and I'm killing them quicker anyway. Onto our stick sensitivities, obviously horizontal is left to right and vertical is up and down. So for me, the default is 1.20, and 1.6 for me is the sweet spot. It's in between essentially what in COD terms would be classified as medium and high, with 1.2 being the default, which is medium, 1.60 being the midpoint between medium and high, is perfect for me and the playstyle that I have. So I'm relatively aggressive, not always aggressive. It allows me to be snappy at times when I need to be. It's the perfect mix of everything. Occasionally, I may go down to 1.40, which is more so when, because of the PS5 controller, my thumbs are moving a bit rusty. I need my aim to be a bit more accurate. So I'll turn down my sensitivities to accommodate for over swiping and whatnot. But majority of the time, I will be running a 1.6 flat. So 1.6, 1.6. Obviously, to have the flipped layout and to be shooting with L1 and R1, that is LB and RB for Xbox players, instead of L2, R2, or left trigger, right trigger for Xbox players again. I swap it over because it's more ergonomic for me. It just feels smoother and quicker to be having my fingers there, because with how my hands are anyway, it's just a more natural position. Whereas with L1, L2, and R2, occasionally I misclick, or I may even go to aim and end up throwing tacticals and stuff instead. So L1, R1 works better than L2, R2 for me. Follow vibration, personal, but for me, don't really need it on, because there's no situation where vibration is going to help you out, whether that's in a gunfight, trying to make a mute. No matter what you're doing, there's no actual advantage to having vibration on. So I have it off. Trigger effects, you also want to have off, because that's going to delay when you're trying to shoot guys. Why would you want to have a delay when you're trying to shoot people, guys? It's a nice feature to have it on in campaign, zombies, whatever. But in Warzone, in multiplayer, there's going to be sweats and that. You need all the advantages you can get, really. And trigger effect being off, more time will help you out. As for dead zone inputs, here we are right now. My controller does have a bit of stick drift. We're going to just test it out there. It's not actually showing up. This is nice. This is nice. It's not showing up at the moment. But to break down dead zones for you, the lower the minimum, the less movement is required for the stick to acknowledge that there's movement, right? So with my left stick minimum being at 0, the most faint movement registers as movement for the game, right? The most faint movement on the stick registers as movement. And with it being at 70 max, it means I don't have to move my stick all the way to activate stuff like attack sprint, or if I need to get into a quick slide to initiate a gunfight, I don't have to move my stick all the way across, or its furthest point across, which would be 100, then press my button to slide, right? As for my right stick min, my right stick drift has got a bit more aggressive. So we put it to 10. It was originally at like 5, but to accommodate for that, slapped up to 10. Right stick max, we'll have that at 100, because with aiming, you want to be as fine as possible. You don't want to be, cutting corners with it. So we'll keep it at 100 or 99. Mine was set at 100 already for some reason, but I think it's meant to be at 99. For the L2 and R2 dead zones, for me, occasionally, when I am shooting my L2, it never happens on my R2, but my L2 occasionally trigger. So that's why it's on 5 for both, just to prevent that. You can have it on 0 if you're someone who holds their controller quite firmly, but for me, occasionally at times, I'm kind of shifting as I'm playing, and I'll accidentally knock my L2, less so my R2, and that's why I have the dead zones at 5. But essentially, with this, you can have it anywhere that you feel comfortable to have it at. Obviously, the lower, the easier it will be for the L2 and R2 to register that input is being made. On to advanced aim settings. For aim response curve type, gone dynamic. I've always more so been rocking standard. I did make the change to dynamic a few CODs ago. Might have been MW2 reboot, but for me personally, it allowed me to make snappier flicks on people, playing on console anyway. But that's something I've definitely noticed. I wouldn't say it's the craziest thing. It's like you need to run this or your aim's gonna. No, it's not that thing. But dynamic for me personally just gives a smoother response because once again of my play style, if I happen to slide cancel past someone and they're in the corner, I can more time than not flick right onto them. Whereas with standard, it wouldn't be as smooth. I would get onto target, but it wouldn't be as fast. That initial period right there, right? Which is where it states fast starting movement that slows down. Now, for custom ADS sensitivities, what I like to do is obviously 1.6 is the midpoint between high and medium, right? It's smack bang in the middle. So with 0.75 of 1.6, that takes us back to 1.2 when I'm aiming. So when I'm aiming at the default aiming sensitivity. But when I'm not aiming, I'm able to keep my head on a swivel and be sharp with it. And I would always recommend having a lower multiplier for your aim because it allows you to be more precise and accurate with your tracking and shooting regardless of range, up close, medium range, long range. Obviously at long range, you'll probably be the most effective. This is what I run because personally it just works for me. I've become accustomed to it and I think I'm going to stick with it. And hopefully you don't make any more changes with sensitivities or multipliers because I don't know why they did that like season 3 or season 2 reloaded, whenever, but it wasn't needed. But that's that. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the controversial one. Target aim assist. Oh my god. I already see the PC man, they're ready to punch through the screen. What I'm gonna say is aim assist has been weakened for Black Ops 6 as opposed to previous squads. Okay, first things first. And secondly, within I believe it's either 2.5 or 5 meters, aim assist doesn't work, guys. Aim assist doesn't work. Okay, because we did have it easy back then. Okay, aim assist doesn't work. But regardless, you want to have target aim assist on because naturally trying to control your aim with a thumb as opposed to a whole fucking hand and forearm is going to be more difficult. Okay, I don't care what any PC player says. Oh, play without aim assist if you're good. I'm not good, bro. I'm not good. I'm not gonna play without aim assist. ADS aim assist, do not worry about this setting, no matter what people tell you. Okay, because apparently people can't read. But underneath the description, it says only available in campaign and zombies. For anyone who plays campaign or zombies, if you just spam your aim button, it will snap to the closest target. That has never been a thing in multiplayer or Warzone. It has never been a thing. So people that are telling you to turn this off, please do ignore them. Guys, reading can take you so far in life. Just read shit. Only available in campaign and zombies, as you guys can see, right? I would say more time than not, just leave aim assist on because I've seen some TikToks and you're gonna oh god, leave target aim assist on, guys, please. Okay, if you want to troll, go into some bots, go into the dance casuals, rebirth casuals, turn it off and actively see what your aim is like, so you know, damn, I'm aggressive on my sticks, or I'm not actually putting enough force onto my sticks. Maybe that can help your aim when you do turn it back on. But other than that, there's not really any point in turning it off if you're actively a console player. Okay, we are on to movement. It's never something I really had in my bag, to be fair. We're learning. We're learning. I've always been more of a point and shoot player, to be honest. But first things first, sprint assist. You want tactical sprint assist on. I'm going to go into show more here. I'm going to show you guys my sprint assist delay is 0 because I want to be moving. I want to be moving. If I don't want to be moving, there's a very good trick you can do, right? If you move your stick with, enough, you're delicate enough, you will move forward, left, back, right, whatever it is, without actively sprinting, okay? Mantle assist. Oh my god, the bane of my existence. I can't get through windows. I'm really bad at climbing stuff. Okay, first things first. I have mantle assist off because I've been trying to train myself to get better at climbing things. But oh my goodness, when I have this on, I'm climbing everything all the time. I'm climbing stuff I'm not even looking at. just because I want to jump up something, right? Or I want to like initiate a jump shot, or just literally jump up for the sake of jumping up to like peek into a window or something because I'm on a head glitch, right? Um, I personally feel mantle assist off makes more sense. If I want to climb something, I will spam to climb it. If I don't want to climb it, that's fine. That's fine. Completely personal preference. I have it off because I don't like when I'm trying to aim and I'm like kind of like I was gonna say twerking. Oh my god, when I'm peeking in and out of an angle, and my guy's gun is flipping right, left, right, left. It's not really my thing. It can be kind of off-putting. Um, maybe it's definitely a skill issue because why can't I just focus on what I'm aiming at? I know my gun moving left and right. I don't know, but I have it off because simply because of that reason. I actually like the animation, but I just look at my gun and go, "Ooh, it's turning," and it's like fuck. So I have it off just for that reason. You can have it on or off. It, as you can see once again, guys, if we read, corner slice does not affect your aim. So it does nothing to your aim. It's purely an aesthetic implementation into the game. Onto slide dive behavior. I'm a slide only boy. Oh my god. I tried to run tap to slide and hold to dive, but there's so many situations where I'm trying to snake on a head glitch, and my guy will randomly dolphin dive left, right, or backwards, and it's just like nice. You just fucked me for no reason, and I've not even held my crouch button long enough to dive. But I'm probably gonna change this back to tap to slide, or I'll probably try running hybrid. But the one thing is with hybrid, it's very inconsistent for me. Maybe it is my controller, maybe it is a bit of a jam, but I know I only have to move forward to sprint. But if I do that sometimes and I want to slide, it counts as a dive. And I don't know why, because you have to hold it. You have to hold your sprint input, then tap it to dive. So I'm probably gonna. This may get changed. If not, I'll stick with slide only. It's been the most consistent for me. But I'd recommend either slide only, tap to slide, or hybrid. Sliding is the most utilized mechanic within Warzone in terms of movement, mobility, you know, jumping, of course. Automatic airborne mantle. I do not have this one on. Once again, if I want to climb something, I'll make sure to spam so it pulls me up. Sprint restore, I personally think is useful. Slide maintains sprint. So if you're slide cancelling, it gets you back into your sprint. Or if you're full sprinting and you let the whole animation carry on, you won't stop. You just carry on sprinting also as long as you're moving your stick. Parachute automatic behavior we have on off. It lets you get as close to the floor as possible. Yes, I flat my legs sometimes. Do I do it on purpose? No. This game, maybe it's the frames or something, because I'm definitely pulling my chute early enough and I will end up slapping my legs. And I ain't just firm at this point. I just say I splied. I don't even say I've been sniped, guys. I just say I've splied, man. It happens. It happens. Mental cancels reload. We do not want that on. Okay, onto combat settings. Aim down sight behavior. I have to hold. Tactical stance completely turned off. I don't tag stance. I don't like it. You know, hip fire luck isn't my thing anyway, and tag stancing is just advanced hip firing. No, thank you. Weapon mount activation, personal preference, ladies and gentlemen. But for me, it is ADS plus melee, very easy to do. Dedicated melee weapon activation is simply just hold melee. Occasionally, there's been so many times. Occasionally, I will do this and my guy will whack the air, and I'm just like, why? I've surely held it long enough. I have surely held it long enough to just fucking pull out my melee weapon, but the game doesn't agree. It is whatever. I wish there was a one more setting that could make this an easier thing to do. You know, what, like maybe something on the D-pad that makes you bring out your melee. I don't know. I don't know. But you know, for the time being, I just have it to hold melee because weapon cycling it could probably be worse. You go to swap from your AR to your SMG, and then lo and behold, you have a shank in your hand, and you can't shoot anyone for shit. Body shield, finishing move behavior. I don't diddle anyone in the game. I simply do finishing moves when I get the chance to. More time it's on the final player. So it's just like it's either someone who's been fucking body shooting for no reason and I'm gonna wipe their team, or it's if I'm winning the game and I just want to get the style points with the execution. Other than that, I don't really go for the finishing move. But the body shield mechanic I've dropped completely. I don't like it at all. Right here we have armor plate behavior. I learned this one back in MW 2019. Guys, have it on apply all. Have it on apply all because you can keep on running and put plates in. You don't have to stop, hold triangle again, which sometimes doesn't input, and then you get shot and you're like, oh, I'm not putting in my plates, bro. You're not putting in my plates. Slap it on apply all. It will save your life so many times. And if you want to stop plating because someone's pulling up on you, press triangle one more time. It cancels it unless you have quick fix. They bugged out quick fix for some reason. If you have quick fix, it doesn't let you stop plating, and that has gotten me killed so many times. We are on to graphics. Okay, gamma slash brightness is set to 80. This works perfectly for me. And playing on a monitor, which I'm not currently doing, you probably wouldn't need it as high. I'm playing on like a fat white TV, man. It's so dark. But if you're, of course, playing on a monitor, the contrast, etc., all those settings you can alter for view quality. You wouldn't need your brightness as high. But for me, I have it set to 80 just so I can see shit as well as possible. Quality. Okay, guys, these are some big ones because I've seen people play with some of these settings on, and I'm gonna say straight away, this is not personal preference. This is trying to help you guys out. World motion blur always have off. Weapon motion blur always have off. Depth of field always have off. These are three settings that are purely cinematic. If I'm in campaign or zombies, fairs, I'll have this shit on. Cool. Other than that, you're literally limiting your ability to notice players, notice movement, you know. And depth of field is probably the craziest one because let's say someone's creeping up on you, right? ADS walking, and as you can see in the picture on the right, that's blurred out. That's gonna look like fuzz to you. Yes, you might notice it, but you're gonna notice it later because it's just a blur. These three settings you have to have off. This is not personal preference this time around, guys. For the fidelity, FX, sharpness, essentially, I have this on and I have it set to the max. This TV is pretty good. You know, it is a big TV. It does help, but definitely once again, when I had the monitor, where it broke, RIP. This yeah, this setting right here just makes the game look so crisp. I don't know what it does. It does something for me. But let's get straight into the field of view settings. Okay, first things first, I play on max field of view. I know, I'm fucking weird. Most people probably play on 110, 100, 105, 115 at a push. I wanna say everything. I play on 120. Now, first thing I'm gonna say is there is no perfect field of view. Okay, there's no perfect FOV. Everyone's eyes work differently. I just like to be able to see as much as possible. And this probably does affect me at range sometimes because enemies can probably see me really well. And I'm just like, I just see your head. I just see your head. But once again, anything I would say between 100 to 115 is optimal. I'm purely just 120 because I just like the look of 120. This is mainly just an aesthetic reason for me. If I was going for mainly practical reasons, I would probably go 110 to be honest. As for ADS field of view, you want to have that unaffected so it's not bugging out because you have it on independent. Let's say you have a field of view above the console default, which is 80. It's gonna be like throwing your screen back and forth. Let me actually show you guys what this will look like right here. Okay, so as you can see, we're on 120 field of view, and when we aim in, it zooms that fucker in, bro. It zooms that fucker in, as you can clearly see, right? So you want to make sure to keep it on affected because what will happen instead is boom, consistent, right? Consistent. At ADS, I can still see this target to my left, and I can still see this target to my right. Okay, whereas with the other setting, right, independent, you zoom in, boom, you can see both, but it's just quite zoomed in, isn't it? And also, it impacts your visual recoil. For those who don't know. So that's why once again, anything between I'd say 100 to 115, you probably get the maximum benefits. It's diminishing returns after that, to be honest. 120, of course, you have the lowest visual recoil, but as you can see, look how far this target looks for me. Like my iron sight pretty much blocks out that. Oh fucking hell, it kind of does. My iron sight blocks out that target, but the ground is really low recoil, so that's not an issue anyway. Weapon field of view, I have it to wide, so the weapon looks smaller, therefore taking up less of my screen, which in turn lets me see more around my character. As for camera, motion sickness, all of that stuff. You want that set to lowest amount possible. Unfortunately, precision airstrikes and cluster strikes, oh my god, I hate these things. They will twerk my screen no matter what. The least is 50%, but precision airstrikes will twerk the fuck out of my screen. And I don't know, I just can't. My head must move with the precision airstrikes and cluster strikes as well. There's just something about it. Inverted flashbang. Now, personally, for me, I don't like fucking seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. The white flashbang is really fucking bright. My eyes are sensitive, man. I've put it on the black flashbangs instead of the white, just because it's more delicate, and I feel like you get to see what's happening quicker as the flashbang fades, as opposed to having the white flashbangs. You guys let me know your personal preference with that. But for me, the dark screen instead of the light screen just it's not as harsh on the eyes, and I can react quicker to coming out of the flashbang. Now, parachute camera perspective. This is a good one. I would say either first person. It's first person completely fine, right? There's nothing wrong with it because you can go free look anyway. Um, but third person can be quite useful to see, especially like early game when people are trying to land in on you, so you can know your first move, because there will be times you land in, you think, oh, I'm safe, and as soon as you land, you're getting shot in the back, you know, and it's multiple players, so you're gonna assume, oh, it's just one guy. You go to turn, and you got Jack and Jill holding hands, and you're getting riddled with bullets. Okay, so if you're gonna stick to first person as you're landing in, just free look, give a little swivel of your camera, see what's about you, and then you can be like, cool, this is a sweet landing spot. I'm good to go. Okay, probably onto the one thing that doesn't work in this. I lied. There's so many things that don't work in this game. But one of the most consistently flawed things of this game, we have audio. Let's get straight into the volume settings. We have master game volume at 100 because I need to hear shit. Unfortunately, I need to hear shit. Precision airstrikes will probably deafen you at this range. So if you want something more tolerable for the ears, slap it down to about 80, 75. If you want to be a bit cheeky, 85. But personally, for me, I want to hear the whole experience. I need to hear everything. Precision airstrikes will fuck you over though if you do play at 100 or 90 plus. Just a heads up, guys. Gameplay music volume, have that at 2. I don't need in-game music because I'm trying to hear stuff happening about me. Dialogue volume, also a 2. Voiceovers are necessary. Effects volume, obviously that's in-game effects, bullets, precision, precision airstrikes, vehicles, weapon swapping, all of that type of stuff. You can hear people playing as well. So have this to 100. Cinematic music volume, I'll leave the cinematic music volume for the campaign, if I'm honest. So we slap that to 2. Audio mix is Sucker Punch because it provides the most clarity with what's going on. I've tried back in the day. It used to be home theater, man. I lied. It used to be so simple. It used to be either headphones or headphone bass boost, bro. It used to be headphones or headphones bass boost. Headphones bass cut, I think, is new, right? Sometimes some guys will run home theater. Cool. Now Sucker Punch is apparently the most practical. I mean, I've tried a few of the sayings. Sucker Punch provides the most disparity for me. I'm like able to know, cool, this player's running, this player's crouching, or this guy's just reloading. Let me push him real quick. This guy's playing. You hear stuff. Functionality reduced the. Okay, so when there's grenades going off near you, explosions, cluster strikes, all that sort of stuff, you get that ringing sound effect. That's what this is, right? Put it on because that effect sometimes, for me anyway, it can hurt my ears. So that's why I have it on. Hit marker preset, this is completely optional. I just have it on the default. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about the hit marker audio. As long as I'm hearing my hit markers, we're all good to go. Here we are. So menu prompts are automatic. Gameplay tips are on off. Skip kill cams on off, but you will notice sometimes you still don't get a kill cam. Activision, can we fucking fix this, please? Can we fix the skip kill cam bugging? Tool tips we have off because there's no tips I've had that I need anymore. Any of those tips, pretty much know what's going on. Latency, have that on so you know what's going on with your ping as you're playing in game. Sometimes it's inaccurate because you'll be lagging and it will say you're on 5 ping, but majority of the time it's relatively accurate. Packet loss, yes, have that in game. Network in game alert icons. Yes, yes, yes. Have these on. Have these on so you can see what issues you're suffering from, and if you need to reboot your router, whatever you need to do, restart your console, you know what's going on. Onto readability. Subtitles I have on. I have them all on. I like subtitles. They come in useful. Don't hate, guys. Give it a try. It will not. It. Oh my god. If you're more inclined to, if you can't read and track your screen, fair play. Don't have them on. But for me, it's never been a thing where when subtitles pop up, I can't all of a sudden shoot or move or hear anything going on around me. I'm able to read and simultaneously shoot someone. And the opacity for once has been staying maybe at 30. You can put it to 25. You know, either one's fine. 20. But obviously, the higher up you go, the more of a black box there is, and obviously that can cause some obstruction. So 25, 30, 20 is my preferred. You know, that's all good. Color customization. I'm partially colorblind, so I've customized my stuff to make the game as clear as possible because, yeah, the default, whatever that was, I don't know, man. I can't really distinguish between the colors too well. But these colors here, for me, they do the job. And once again, no recommendations. This is completely dependent on the player and what color you want things to be. As for gameplay HUD, you want your safe area to be as small as possible because it keeps everything towards the center of your screen so you can see everything at once. You want your mini map to be square. You get more coverage if your mini map is square. Mini map rotation, you want that on. We have compass type. I have mine horizontal, or you can have yours stuck above the mini map. I think the horizontal one's just better for me. And map assist, auto center the map. That's just when you press touchpad and you bring up the map. Tactical sprint, stamina bar. I have mine by the health bar, so it'll be bottom left corner for me. Buy station closes when damaged. I have on off. I would recommend to put on because there will be times where you go to use a buy station, you get shot, you can't back out in time. So you taking damage does it automatically for you. Um, it doesn't work for gas, which is good. Otherwise, I'll be quite silly, of course. Weapon inspects, attachment info. Have it on in case you pick up someone's gun, you like it, you want to see what they're running on it. Have it on. Crosshairs, I have on. I have my crosshair opacity on 100. Crosshair spread is on. I was previously rocking it with off because once again, I don't like hip firing, but I think having it on makes more sense. And I have the dot being as large as possible just for maximum clarity. And updates and alerts. I think having it in the middle isn't too bad, but you can have them all on right. This once again is personal preference. I just like to keep it default because it's what I'm accustomed to. And more time I know when they're gonna come up. It's really rare that it will come up and it blocks something that you need. But if you do feel like that's the situation for you, hey man, just slap it on all right. And yeah, that'll be on the side of your screen. Guys, that is it for the settings. That is all I run. That's all the settings I believe of substance, you know. Um yeah, there's a lot more settings in this game than I thought there was, to be very honest. But a lot of settings, more time come down to personal preference. As I said at the start, I'm never gonna be like, guy, you need to do this. You know, if you want to drop 50 kill games, 60 kill games, guys. No, settings are completely dependent on the type of player you are, the type of way you like to play. Hell, the way you hold your controller. You know, some people are not comfortable playing stick and move. Don't play stick and move. To play tactical, bumper jumper, default works. Default's been working for years. Run whatever's best for you. I'm just giving you guys a blueprint essentially of the type of stuff I do run. So you can kind of work off that, you know, find something, you know, either a bit more or a bit less that does the job for you guys. But everyone, that is it for the video, man. Hope you guys did enjoy. Hope it was of some use to you. I would hope so. We've gone through quite a few sayings. But yeah, man, that's it for the video. Once again, hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did and I'll catch you guys in the next one.